Is there some metric that you've sought to raise the profile of to better make the organization aware of what's working or what's not?
There's two that I can think of. The first one, it's not a financial metric, but I call it a product market fit metric. It's for us, we can measure what credit scores we're doing for different type of loans. And so what we've been able to do is diagram out where are the most of our loans funding? Are they high credit, medium credit, low credit? And where do we have the lenders that we have on the platform? Because not all lenders choose to play in all the different spaces. And then it's the simple, I'm going to circle the areas that don't have a lot of dots in it, like where I'm not doing a lot of loans, where there's opportunity. And so it's just the simple framework of putting it out there and saying, hey, look, there are gaps in this market. Chase the gap. Don't keep throwing more wood on the fire that's already blazing hot. Find the areas where there's opportunity and chase that. So that's one. The second one is classic CFO. It's come in and say, let's look at where you're putting resources. Let's look at our resources overall, and let's just make sure that we're putting them in the right places. And there's always, whenever you've had a company that's been growing at phenomenal rates, almost always I find there's just dumb spend. Like a great example, last week, I had a contract come in for a software company, and they come in, they said, hey, you're spending $70,000 a year on this. I'm like, that's more than I spend on Google and Microsoft combined. I'm like, what the heck? And so I dig into it. Half of our licenses weren't being used. And it's just stupidity. There's stuff like that just putting a little bit of poke on it, and you realize nobody was paying attention to every aspect of the business, and just having a little bit of like, hey, we got to look at this, makes people drive better decisions, and you allocate resources better. That's not unique. That's classic CFO 101 stuff.